Welcome back to my kitchen, and today I'm going to do one of my favorite recipes for whether it's late spring or any time in the summer. It's going to be ceviche. So very simple, easy, fresh ingredients, as you can see right here. And it doesn't have to be these. This is just what I use for mine, but very simple, very fresh, and very wonderful dish. So I got cucumber, cilantro, definitely some limes. I got some serrano peppers. I'll be probably using a little bit of this habanero just to give it a little bit of extra spice, and some onions. But that's pretty much it. That's the basis. We got our halibut right here in the bags that's just being defrosted. I have it, I did freeze it for about 5 days. You can use it as soon as you get it out of the water, and if you fillet it up, you can do it that way. I use a little bit of precaution. They do say freeze it about 4 to 6 days. That way you can get rid of all the, whether it's parasites or bacteria. When you freeze them for that long, it gets rid of them, and yeah, you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to use it fresh, I mean, this dish, you're not cooking it with any heat, so it's all the cooking is done with these limes. So that's why I just use a little bit more precaution. I'm a little bit more safe, and I'll freeze it for 4 to 6 days, and then I'll use it that way. So, but other than that, super simple ingredients, and it should be pretty good. So while I get some stuff set up, I'm gonna roll a clip of how we caught them. So yeah, check it out. We're gonna run 3 setups, one on the left, one in the center, one on the right. We got a cripple chovy going on the left, 2 hoochies on the right. We're doing all frozen baits. We're gonna try anchovies, see how it goes. See if we can get some buzz today on the boat. We're on the notorious Seahawks boat today, so we'll see if he brings us some luck today. It's a beautiful day. Let's try to get on the board.
Here we go, fish on, baby, fish on. Woohoo! Here you go. There you go. First one's on the boat. That's how you do it, sir. That's how you do it. That's how we do it. Double. We got a double. No? Came off? Double? There you go. Ahí viene. There you go. In the boat, yeah. There we go. Woohoo! Let this guy go.
All right, guys. So the first step for the halibut ceviche, it doesn't have to be halibut, but that's what we caught, so that's what we're using. Really nice white firm meat. So that's usually the best type of meat that you want to be using for ceviche, something that's firm, that's not going to fall apart. And halibut, in my opinion, is one of the best fishes that you can use for ceviche. So the first step is, of course, the proteins is going to take the longest to cook with the lime juice. That's what we're going to do first, and then we'll go ahead and chop the rest of it. So basically this guy, we're just going to go ahead and cut it. Usually you can either cut it as thick as you want or as thin as you want. I usually use little chunks, so this is going to be a little bit thick, so I'll cut this guy right in half. Now that it's in half, I'll just cut it first long ways. Just like that. And all we want to do is just cut it. For me, usually just friendly bite sizes is what I want to do, and then I'll cut everything else, all my other ingredients, about the same size. So once we have it just like that, we'll just go ahead and keep chopping it, and that's what we want, about little squares. Doesn't have to be this way. If you want more of a fish bite, then you can cut them a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, whatever you want. But this is the size I usually like, and that's it. It's pretty simple. Just cut them up here just like that. And then what I do is I just have a bowl ready, and then we're gonna go ahead and put them right here in this bowl. That way, once we have them all chopped up, we'll go ahead and start adding the lime. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these, and then I'll show you once we start putting the lime to see how it starts cooking. So I'm almost done. You see we got all our halibut here ready, pretty much nicely chopped up. I'm just gonna finish this guy up. Just one final piece. Just cut it, like I said, just thin little slivers, just the way you would want to fit, either in a chip or whatever you're eating with. If it's just gonna be just by the spoonful or whatever, or tostadas. I usually eat mine with chips, so I like them in nice bites. So just finish this up, put it in that bowl, and then next what we have is we just want to use enough limes to go ahead, and I usually want to cover the halibut, so I want to make sure I have enough lime juice so that we can go ahead and cover it, and that way we ensure that it's getting cooked properly. Alright guys, so I'm squeezing these last lemons. I think this was 10 or 11 lemons, and I have about, I would say about 2.5 to 3 pounds of fish. But that's pretty much what we want to see there, which is we want to make sure that, just as you see, the lime juice right here is just covering the halibut, and it's we just want to see that just right above, so we have enough. We know we have enough lime juice, and it's gonna hold and cook that halibut entirely. But you can already see it's already starting to change from that translucent color to a little bit of opaque white, and that just sees, and you can see it's already cooking. The acid and the lime is cooking the fish. So we'll go ahead and let that cook for about, I'll say, I don't know, anywhere hour and a half or so. You can use less time if you want it a little bit less cooked. I usually go about an hour and a half, depending on how cooked it is or how big the pieces I cut. So we'll go ahead and let that cook for a while, and then while I go ahead and do this, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up all my ingredients. That way, once my fish is ready, everything is chopped, and I just basically mix all the ingredients and then get ready to eat. So while we wait, halibut's in the refrigerator cooking up with the lime juice. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly chop these ingredients up. That way we have them ready. Once the halibut is ready, we just combine everything and enjoy the ceviche. So yeah, pretty easy ingredients. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 ingredients. That's basically it. I got cucumber, cilantro, serrano peppers for a little bit of spice. I like the habanero. It's a little bit more spicier, but it also adds great flavor. And then I got tomatoes. I got Roma tomatoes and yellow onions. So yeah, let's go ahead and chop these guys up. And same with these guys. I usually chop them the same way that I would chop the fish. So I want like nice bite-sized pieces and something not too big that's gonna be bigger than the ceviche and the halibut, right? So we want pretty much same size, everything that's gonna fit in a chip, in a tortilla chip or in a tostada. But yeah, we'll just keep cutting these up, nice little squares. That way they combine pretty nicely. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop this last ingredient. As you can see, I already chopped up the tomatoes, cucumber, the yellow onions. We got serrano peppers and just a little bit of that habanero there. So all of them are pretty much all same sizes. And then this last one is just the cilantro. I like to get about half of that bunch. I'll cut it right in half. The stems usually we don't want to use. And then I just kind of roll them up into a little ball and then just do a nice fine chop, and that just gives you nicely chopped herbs. And you can just smell it. It smells so good, nice and fresh. Just give it one more across so it can be nicely chopped. And if you like it broadleaf and you want a little bit more flavor from the herbs, you can just leave them a little bit more whole, and you'll get them a little bit more whole as you eat your ceviche. I like it nice and finely chopped, so that's usually about the amount I want to use. And I'll go ahead and put it with the rest of the ingredients. Alright guys, so it's been about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And as you can see, the halibut is pretty much cooked all the way through. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is, there's extra juice. I'll go ahead and take this. I have a strainer. I'm gonna go ahead and put the fish here and just let that juice fall into the bowl there. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and, because it sucked all out of the juice, we'll go ahead and just kind of push it a little bit, make sure we get all that juice out. And that way, if we do want to use that juice for the flavoring of it, then we can go ahead and do so. So we'll just press that out. As you can see, it's just like a almost milky color, but that's just all the flavor of the halibut there with the lemon. So you can use as little bit as you want or as much. So I'll save that. And then this, since the rest of this halibut, since I don't want it to have that strong lemon flavor, a lot of people wash it out. I'll wash it out. If you don't want to wash it out and leave it, that's fine. And it just depends. It's up to you on how you want your ceviche to be flavored. But I'll go ahead and rinse that out. All right, guys. So we have our halibut, and we just we squeeze that all the juice and we rinse it out, so we have all the flavor, so we can add as much as we want or as little bit as we want. And then obviously I have some fresh lime juice, so we can add some fresh lime juice since we did rinse it out. This will just give us the ability to get it as tart as we want, or you know, if we don't want it too tart from the lime, we can add a little bit. So basically now, since we have everything set up, we're just gonna add it all together. So I have a big bowl. I'm gonna add our halibut. halibut is basically all our ingredients. So we have our tomatoes, our cucumbers, we have our onion, our serrano and habanero, and then obviously our nice cilantro. So just beautiful ingredients. We'll just go ahead and scoop all those guys in there. Give it a little bit of salt. And then we have some of our juice from the halibut that it was marinating in. So I'll go ahead and add just a little bit of that. Give it that flavor. A little bit of fresh lime juice. That's probably one. It's gonna be perfect. We'll go ahead and taste right now. So we'll go ahead and just mix that, guys. Take a look. It's beautiful, beautiful fresh ingredients. Looks amazing. Plenty of fish so that we can get nice chip full of fish every time. And it's just not the ingredients, but it's a good amount of halibut, good amount of tomato, good amount of crunch from the cucumber. So it should be just amazing. But look at that, beautiful colors. You see the halibut is perfectly white, so it's been cooking just perfectly in the lime juice. And that's it, guys. Get one final mix. Looks pretty good. That's it. We'll just get one of these chips that I have right here. Put it in there for taste. And then we'll add or subtract any man, that's good. A little bit of spice. I think it needs just another touch of salt. That's about it. I'll add just a little bit more flavor there. And I think that should do it, guys. So that's it, man. Pretty simple. The hardest part is the wait that you have to do for the halibut to get cooked. But other than that, simple ingredients, pretty simple. And that's about it, guys. And I guess we're eating it with chips. You can eat it with tostadas, or if you just like it on a bowl, just scoop it like an appetizer for your main meal, or this can be your main meal. Either way, guys. So I think that should be it. I'll try one more. Just put it on the chip, load it up, and then enjoy. I could eat this every day. Fresh, delicious, a little bit of spice. I can see that habanero just a little bit in the back, but not too much where it overpowers it. It's just perfect. Man, I hope you guys can try this out sometime. It doesn't have to be halibut. It can be any white fish that you want. As long as it's firm, it should be a good fish, and it makes a great dish. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being a part of the channel. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, man. Thanks.